We're actually here today to launch Say It Once. It's a new website and it's aimed at saving time, resources and ultimately saving lives. It's quite an exciting project which will help people and professionals to easily download useful information and useful and helpful forms. There's lots of forms and lots of information, in fact almost too much now on the web. People don't know where to go, they don't know which one is the right one, they don't know sometimes how to find it. And one of the things that people say is when they go on sites, they very often find it a problem finding the forms that they want because they're taken through lots of convoluted different information before they get there. So the Say It Once site is actually meant to be a place where you can download forms easily and quickly. And that's why one of the first things you'll see is download forms, and there'll be lots of forms there that you can download. The reason we're doing it is because my experience is that we are always being asked for the same information over and over again by professionals who deal with us. It's not their fault, but they all individually ask us for the same information over and over. It can be very frustrating repeating it, but they need it, so they have to ask for it. But why can't they just share it, is my view. Most people think that professionals share the information anyway, but in fact they don't. And my view is that if I want my information shared, why won't they share it? If I don't want it shared, then they shouldn't. But if I say I'm happy for it, then we all should be able to say that. So it should be in our control. Why have we launched Say It Once? Well, Say It Once has been launched because having developed the forms that we thought would be useful, and having developed and designed all the forms that we thought would be helpful, we then needed some way to get them out to the general public. We've actually now got them out to over 10,000 people, but with 1.7 million people in the area, that is a very small number of people.
9 years ago, I was involved in a very serious accident in America, actually. Although conscious, I could not remember anything important, like did I have insurance? I was panicking about money then. I couldn't tell people with personal details. You want them, people who are going to provide you with the help you need, to have your information. Anyway, you want them to have it quickly. And so what we're trying to push with this Say It Once website and the forms and guidance that we're providing through this is a way of you telling people about yourself.
I thought at first, why should everybody else know about me? I'm in a job, I have been in a job, mine, where people think they know about you anyway, and they're quite prepared to tell you what they think about you, and not always complimentary. But I asked all the same questions that she's covered there. How do you do it if you haven't got a computer? Because we've got one, but I'm not necessarily saying I know how to use it. Fortunately, you've got a wife who does. And I know which button to push now and again. And apparently, that's all you need to do, push a button. The biggest single thing to me is that the papers that you can see which have to be filled in cover whatever you want. You don't have to answer every question. You don't have to put on any information you don't really want people to know about. But also, you don't really have to put it on for everybody else if you only want it personally. I watched a bit of a program this morning before I came out. You sometimes see it yourselves, the air ambulance. If they had on them some record of everything that has been wrong with them or things that they have connected with them, by the time the helicopter gets to the hospital, the medical people will know all about them and get on with it. And the charity I was at last week was Help the Heroes. A lot of them, the officers were telling me, are lads that have come back and are suffering from like a depression. It hits them hard later on. You wouldn't be able to tell that if they walked in. But if everybody eventually has this sort of record, either with the doctor, with the family, or with whoever they nominate, that's the other thing. They decide who should have that information. I think it would help accelerate people's ability to treat them. All I'm here for is really to say thank you very much for coming and to officially launch,
Say it once.
say it once. Okay? Thank you very much.